Maryland was a proprietary colony founded in 1632 after Lord Baltimore got permission from King Charles I to found a colony for English Catholics. Although it was intended as a refuge for Catholics, a large amount of the population was Protestant. Virginia was founded in 1607 as a royal colony by John Smith and was the first of the 13 colonies to be created. It was also the first successful southern colony and would go on to become the largest and wealthiest of all the 13 colonies. The Carolinas were created after the English Civil War as a proprietary colony given to the 8 Lord Proprietors. All of these men had either remained loyal to the crown or had aided King Charles' restoration to the English throne. The first permanent settlement was established in 1653. Due to the remote area of the northern and southern sections, they operated independently until 1691, when a governor of both sections was appointed. In 1712, the colony was divided, officially creating North Carolina and South Carolina, and later, in 1729, the king bought the Carolinas back from the proprietors, making them royal colonies. Georgia was the last of the 13 colonies to be founded and was a proprietary colony in which King George II granted James Oglethorpe rights to start a colony for poor English citizens in 1732. He then founded the city of Savannah, where he outlawed slavery and alcohol. The king took control of Georgia in 1752 and then made slavery legal once again, which led to many rice plantations forming.
The geography of the southern colonies featured hilly coastal plains ideal for farming, broad rivers for transportation, forests, and the Piedmont, or the area at the base of the mountain. This was located further inland. The southern colonies were essentially divided into 2 sections that included the tideland, ideal for growing crops, and the back country beyond the tideland, which had less fertile soil and thicker forests. This divide was marked by the fall line, which is where waterfalls prevented large boats from moving further upriver. Because the southern colonies were located closest to the equator, it resulted in hot summers, mild winters, and a longer farming season. It also had a warm and moist climate, good for growing cash crops. The tideland extended from the Atlantic Ocean inland to about 100 miles. The tide left minerals in the land, which resulted in fertile soil good for farming, and were occupied mostly by wealthy plantation owners.
When the first colonists landed in Jamestown, Virginia, 1607, they brought the English common law with them. Common law was a name given to the law that emerged as common throughout the realm of England and was extended to include the 13 colonies to be used by colonial government. All the systems of government in the southern colonies elected their own legislature. They were all democratic. They all had a governor, governor's court, and a court system. The system of government in the southern colonies were either royal or proprietary. Royal government. The royal colonies were ruled directly by the English monarch, while the proprietary government, the king granted land to people in North America, who then formed the proprietary colonies. Legislature was elected by the people. The legislature consisted of 2 branches: the lower house, to which the people elected delegates, and the upper house, or council, that was appointed by the governor. The power of the legislatures in the colonial government were limited, and their acts were subject to review. Their actions and bills could be vetoed by the governors. All laws passed by the colonial legislature and approved by a governor had to be sent to England to be examined by the king and could be vetoed by the king at any time within 3 years. They could also do nothing contrary to the laws of England. Role of the governor. The governor was the representative of the king. In order to rule the colonies from a long distance, a governor was appointed by the monarch. The role of the governor was to oversee the colony and was the head of the colonial administration. The governor oversaw the laws, taxes, and made decisions which affected the colonies. To help him in his role, he had the authority to appoint various government officials. He also had command over the militia, so he was able to enforce colonial government policies.
Social indicators for the South included economic matters, which relied mainly on planters and farmers. Since most of the people that occupied this area took up farming, due to fertile plains, the rich soil, and the temperate climates, which was a perfect setting for growing cash crops, colonists ended up establishing a flourishing trade in corn, rice, tobacco, and later on indigo. which were exported to other areas for trading purposes, and the colonists profited from this as their main source of income. As there was a strong European demand for tobacco especially, this enabled some planters to grow enormously wealthy and allowed the southern region to prosper. Additionally, there is greater independence in the South than the other regions. Women here generally marry earlier, and as a result, they end up outliving their husbands and end up widowed, which gives them more responsibility, but also gives them significant economic power. Women also play a role as a peacemaker in families, which was a role that may have enhanced their authority in the household. Overall, the South is the place to go. We have numerous economic opportunities, more independence, and etc. So head on down.
Apart from our well-established economy, which has allowed planters to gain wealth and increase in political power, the southern colonies also have another great factor, which is religious tolerance. We're proud to say that the colonies of South Carolina, Maryland, and Georgia allow religious freedom. However, if you want to stay in a strictly Christian environment or with members of the Anglican Church, then the colonies of North Carolina and Virginia are right for you. So don't be shy and help us in further colonization.
Are you looking to invest in land? Well, our very own southern region is no less than the best option.
Our location serves coastal plains and Piedmont areas covered with good farming soil. In addition, our region involves a friendly and religiously diverse environment. So don't hesitate and pay for our growth today.